Hi, everyone. Hello. Shirley, Bummy, Dada. Shirley, Bummy. Hi, everybody. Can y'all hear me well? Hey, y'all. Set this up a little bit up here. Hope I'm not. Okay, I think that's better. No, I think I just twisted it even more. Okay, that's better. Hi, everybody. What's going on, people? Happy Tuesday. It's a new week. Don't know where I'm dancing. Hello, hello, hello. Now, if my background is quiet, guess who's not home? So there's not going to be any surprises tonight. You already know when teacher's not home. Hi, everyone. Can y'all hear me on YouTube and Facebook? Because they still haven't fixed my, well, don't know what the issue still is, but my what's it called? My mic is still, it works sometimes and it doesn't work sometimes. So it just depends on what the mic wants to do. So if y'all can hear me on Facebook and YouTube, please let me know because I can see y'all on Facebook and YouTube. Don't be shy. I won't call you out. Just say yes or no. That will be very much appreciated. Hi, everyone. Good evening. How's everybody doing? I'm doing well. How are you? What's going on, people? And yeah, did y'all shit? Oh my gosh. So my girl, Illinois Sanctuary, surprised me last week in conjunction with Leak Finger. Y'all, you already know Leak underscore Finger. My go-to sausage roll meat pie lady. All things Nigerian food. Because y'all know I don't play with my food, right? Illinois Sanctuary surprised me and ordered and delivered between the two of them my favorite snack. I was like, oh, my kids are home. Like, what is it about this Nigerian food? Like, y'all just be quiet because y'all can eat anything American food. And I like my mom is sending me something tomorrow. That's how much I don't play with my Nigerian food because I can't do this American thing. Can't do it. Hi, everyone. So thank you, Illinois Sanctuary. You're the best. Like that was the best. You you got me there. I appreciate you more than you know. I'm telling you. I mean, like when how much better can my day get besides having my favorite snack, right? Hi, everyone. This is Attorney Abisola Adepola Odale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you all can hear me on Facebook and YouTube, please somebody say yes. I would really appreciate that. Somebody, hi, TikTok family. What's going on? Okay, checking so you're running. Hey, yummy. They probably got me on YouTube and Facebook. Just real long of the thing. Along my number laying you. See, I've started saying, hello, Miss Tammy. I've started saying a lot of um Nigerian, no, not Nigerian, Yoruba proverbs that my mom used to say. The problem is I don't know the meaning of most of what I say. It's because I have another attorney that is my very, very good friend, Shalina, right? Whenever I say something, I'll just say something that I've heard my mom say growing up. And he goes, okay, what does that mean? I'm like, well, I don't know, whatever it means. I just know that this is what she says in response to what you're saying. Hi, Mr. Drew. Thank you. I appreciate that on YouTube. Okay, somebody on Facebook. Come on, people. Because I can see y'all on these platforms, right? Say and in Yoruba. Say and is what? Ati, but no, pelu. Y'all just leave my Yoruba language alone. Messages so we can hear them. Y'all just leave my Yoruba language alone because so listen, if y'all know me, you really know my personal life, you're gonna like sheep that. I'm a handful. So someone's leading my DM and he's wanted to whatever. I said, listen, I'll take you up on your he's been sliding in for a while. I said I'll take you up on your offer if you're able to actually ask me for a date in Yoruba language. I'm still waiting. You've committed my Yoruba to the hands of God. Oh, Area Sanctuary. That's two for you. You know, you and I are going to see. Hello, Miss Dana. Miss Dana, back me up because I think Area Sanctuary. There's. Let me get my glasses. Yo, wait. Let me see very well, so I can see and talk. Okay. No, I gotta go back to what you said. But what Nigerian language can you speak fluently? Just curious. Is English not a Yoruba language? Is English it's a Nigerian language, right? Okay, I think my kid is on Facebook. My kid is on YouTube. Hey, TJ. He says best lawyer in the nation, but then I can disagree with him, even though he's my baby. TJ's around people. He's just not physically here. He's with his daddy. But is English language not English language is part of our languages in Nigeria, right? We speak that's our official language. So I speak that very, very fluently. But Yoruba mi 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. See, just listen. I remember growing up, whenever I was angry with any of my siblings, and you start speaking your brand the next year, because you know that when you're angry, you got to speak the language you understand better. So for me, it was like, okay, now it's time to speak English, because in English is no respecter of man. So anyway, once again, this is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case. If it's a case that we handle and we can do represent immigration clients regardless of where you live. So we get that question every time. Every single day someone calls the office and says, hey, you're based in Alabama. How is that going to work? If an attorney is licensed in any state in the United States, no pun intended, and they practice immigration law, they can and do represent immigration clients anywhere they choose. So I am licensed in Alabama and the state of New York, but I'm physically based in Alabama, but it doesn't matter what state you live in. I can represent you if you decide to retain my services. Need to contact us. The number is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Send a text to same number WhatsApp. If you go to my website, I'm telling you, you'll think you're on USCIS, because we've got links to everything USCIS news, resources page, news, forums, visa bulletin, whatever it is. Just go on 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. It's been simplified for you, and we will be glad to represent your immigration case. Nothing beats getting photos from your clients. And Mr. N sent me the photo, and I was tearing up for real, because if y'all know his journey, and just to play a small part of that journey, and to know that we're one step closer for his son to be here that he hasn't seen in 7 years. Y'all don't even, and that's why it goes beyond just the client, especially people who have kids or plan to have kids. It goes beyond just you. It's more about the generations to come. I always remind my kids, they're American born, first generation Americans, but I always tell them, for generations to come, none of their people have to worry, generations have to worry about filing papers, because they would inherit and acquire citizenship forever and ever and ever. So that's, for the most part, most of us are here so that our kids can have it better than we did. And at the end of the day, most of us really want to go back to Nigeria or wherever your home is for you to retire. And just let them have the option of choosing where they want to live. So, everybody wants to come to America. That's the truth of the matter. But anyway, tonight we've got questions. Okay, people. So tonight is all about questions. Bring on your questions. That's what it is. I think this is the third night, I think. So every third, if you're just joining us for the first time, every Tuesdays and every Thursdays, I try. It's supposed to be 9 p.m. But I'm African. If I come here at 9 p.m., which I really, 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 really try, it'll probably be because raptures happen. So today I'm here at 9 o'clock sharp Central Time. I'm like to know where just to find out why, because but I'm trying. That's the goal. But anyway, so you know the deal. If you have not subscribed to YouTube channel, please do share our page, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Olala Immigration. And I think I have quite a bit of information on my platform. So, you'll learn something. That's for sure. But anyway, all right, people, let us start. And I'm going to start on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, so VAW work permit taking how long I have it pending. So let me clarify something. Hello, Miss Vanna, love you back. There is I want people to be clear in something. When you say VAW work permit, and you say I have a pending I-485, that's not a VAW work permit. It's a I-485 C9 category work permit. It has nothing to do with your VAW case. The only reason why you're able to file that work permit while your VAW petition is pending is because you filed a 485. So the 485 is what you have to go by. It's not based on the VAW petition. The VAW petition is the underlying petition by which you're filing the green card application. So the processing time you're looking at is a C9 category adjustment based. How long is that taking? Okay. It's going to be the same processing time for someone whose I-485 is based on an I-130, because the C9 category is just that. It's an I-485 work permit, related work permit. It has nothing to do with the underlying petition. Okay. All right. Having said that, case in point, and I think, I don't know if Lydia posted it earlier or not, but I've been dealing with this headache because I don't know if you guys know, I've said it for once in a while. I deal with migraines real bad. And when I get better, it lingers on for weeks. Like, I don't drink just because of that, because not always, but I always have to have some painkillers. So I don't know what's going to mix with alcohol. And it's always been, I was born with something. So we'll leave that alone. But so if I'm screening, I just have, so I've not been able to review a lot of stuff because whenever I do, I just, it just stares that up. But anyway, so if you see me screening, just that's what's going on. But case in point, there were two cases that we got today, or we got approval notices today. We didn't get the actual EADs yet. And funny thing, it's a weird thing because so the status of my clients' cases, two different families, both their statuses as far as their work permits is not changed. It's just still showing as of yada, 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 we're actively reviewing your I-765. Meanwhile, we got the approval notices in the office. My client one of them actually got their notices yesterday. And then I got into the office today and I was presented with their original notices. So case in point, that the lady from yesterday that we got our copies today, we filed the cases in January 5th to be precise, of 2023. And their EADs were approved May 31st. May 31st, like 5 days ago, 6 days ago. So give or take, that took about 5 months. Second case, we filed end of February. So I can't remember the exact date. I remember Miss Old's case because she's got 2 kids. And listen, I remember because but there's just some people's dates that I have in my head. Don't ask me why. But the other case we filed, I think the 3rd week in February, and it was approved the same day, May 31st. We got the EAD approvals today as well. So give or take 4-5 months. That's what I'm saying. Not in all cases. So just to be clear, it's USCIS. So you can, that's all I got to say. So not in all cases. When it works with that. I've got asylum cases, and it's ridiculous because I had a renewal of asylum C8 EAD that we filed in April and was approved today. Yet I have another case that's been on my mind. My client, we've done expedite requests, yada, yada, yada. That was filed March of 2022 and still pending. It's USCIS. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. Okay. So She just says she's the best lawyer in the nation. He needs something. You know, when your kids need something, you're the best person until they get that stuff. And once they get it, shh, please, you don't exist until the next time they need something. Um, no, that's my baby. Like his daddy thinks I spoil him. Let's just leave that alone. Y'all, I'm sure y'all know you can relate. Like when you have your baby, your last born. Like my younger sister, right? My younger sister, Simi Sola, is what? How old is Simi? So I'm going to be 45. Simi just turned 39, so she's 39, and she still gets away with a whole lot, even after 3 kids, because she's the baby. So I guess it's just normal. Can a person in removal get out of? Okay, so I'm just going to send you your first name. It's not your first name, it's just a nickname. Can a person in removal get out of immigration court with a 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 shit? Short answer, yes. Now, disclaimer. These are just general responses, nothing specific to anybody's case. I don't represent you unless you're my client, and I can tell who's my client or not. Like Mr. Jude, I know you're my client. But all responses are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. But for my clients, that has worked. I have some that are still pending, but knock on wood, I believe that will work as well. But I've been able to use prima facie determination to get removal proceedings terminated for cases that the only reason why they were in court was because they overstayed, no legal status, I take that back. One actually was in court because of asylum that they were referred to immigration court for. They decided they wanted to close out the asylum case. Their VA actually has been approved now, so that was a while back. And we're able to get that terminated, and just making sure that was not a frivolous case, but because they wanted to be able to just stick with a vow, we're able to do that. But the other cases, yes, generally, I've been able to do that. I don't know anything about your case, Kenzo, so it still depends on what your case, whatever issues you may have in your case. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Sana, I hope I haven't killed your name. I hope that's how you say your name, Sana. Or Shauna. Listen, forgive me. Mechanics. My husband is filing for me and my 15-year-old son in Jamaica. I'm in the U.S. So the document went in from December 2021. I haven't received a date as of yet for interview. My husband is a citizen. It's still USCIS. If your case is still within number of pressing time, that's what it is. So there's really nothing that can be done. And keep in mind, as far as how long it takes them to schedule an interview, depends on where you live, what field office is going to adjudicate your case. Hello, Mr. Mohammed. How are you? Hello, Mr. Sampson. Okay, let's see. I don't want to miss anyone's questions. Did any of your clients receive early work permit VA case? That's what I just explained. It's not a VA petition work permit is a C31. You don't get that until your VA petition is approved. The C9 is it's a 485. It's not based on the VA. That's why I do those shows, so we can learn. It has nothing to do with your VA. The one that's got everything to do with your VA is a C31 EAD. Sometimes you actually get that issued, and that's your first indication that your VA case has been approved. So, but Mohammed, just like I just explained that earlier, that same explanation applies to you. With what's going on now, can a VA case take a year to be approved? Actually, a VA case can take up to 3 years to be approved. Did you come? Let me see. India says, did you? She says, madam. I think you're a Caribbean or African, because that's how we call people. Like, don't be fooled by the gray hair, madam. I'm really, really thinking. So y'all, if you next time you see me with twist, don't be surprised, because I've been really thinking. Like, I'm gonna go back to I used to do twists, and it looked like dreads back in the day. It's just that my hair is much longer now because that was it was short. So it was I think I have a photo of, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, do you did you come across anyone who was not let into the country by CBP with valid advance parole? Knock on wood, no. But I'm not. I don't, I'm not. This is not telling you to travel or not to travel. I can only give such advice to my client because I know their cases. But for my clients, knock on wood again, no. I got my work authorization advance parole combination in November 2022. When am I expecting my green card interview? That I cannot answer. That depends on your field office and whether or not USCIS is going to schedule an interview in your case. Oh, I did pronounce your name correctly. I'm glad. You're so welcome. One of my pet peeves is names like y'all. When my oldest kid, SJ, the one you guys don't see unless you see his photo on my page, because it's just his introverted. Like he is the complete opposite of TJ. You know, TJ, the one that comes and just shows flexes and all that. Yeah, his older brother is his complete opposite. Like quiet kid, doesn't like attention, nothing. Like you won't even know he's home. Yeah, same parents, two different kids. Yeah. So when he was graduating high school last month, I mean, the lady who was going to be pronouncing the names emailed me, called me, recorded me saying his name because that's my pet peeve. Like, do not mispronounce my kid's name. And she did excellently well for a white lady. She did. I'm not, just a white American lady, a Southern lady for the matter. Listen, my hats off to her because she recorded me twice. I emailed her, broke it down syllables because it's like, and he had the longest name in the whole roster. Siya ba siya man for like 200 names. And it's the first of all, one name is long enough. Then you give them all the Oluwa something like 300 names, and then you tell people they have to pronounce all three names, and that's what they did. He was a tongue twister, like yeah. So that's one of my pet peeves. I'm glad I was able to do that. Ralph, if you go to uscis.gov/processing times, you'll be able to see how long it's taking USCIS to process different applications and or petitions. How's it going? There's a kind of the question. It's going okay, Gary. Um, yeah. Hopefully you're not trying to be. Thank you, Miss Grace. Okay, let me go on TikTok. Oh my God, I'm telling you, people, how many people are going through that stage where you really feel like you can conquer the world because you don't think like you're aging, like you even your face. As I was looking at some photos like 10 years ago, my face hasn't changed. My hair has changed because that was 2013. Yeah, my hair was black. But then I was like, my face hasn't changed, but my eyes. I'm like, what in God's name happened? Like, I can't even. Now, I can still see it close face, but I can't read. Like, I gotta have glasses on. And like, what happened within the last 2 years? Like, something shifted. You can't explain it. I'm telling people, it's not even funny. Okay. All right. So let's see. Hello there. Is anything new in asylum status people? No. Let's see. Can USCIS process your green card without issuing an EAD card? First, absolutely. I've had that happen quite a number of times. Yes. And then once they issue your green card, you just get an alert saying we have closed out your case because the applicant received benefits and other means or whatever the case may be that way. Chica, you got your I-751 approved. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. That is amazing. Let's see. This happens on my internet. Okay, I think I'm back. Got approved, it got relocated. So what's your question? How much is consultation at your firm? Joe Diaz. It's 130, 30 minutes, 245 minutes, 230 an hour. What can I do if my green card got approved, but I'm still waiting for a contact USCIS? What part of Alabama are you in? My office is located in Demopolis, so it's the biggest town I can use to give you an estimate will be Tuscaloosa. It's about an hour from Tuscaloosa. It's not Montgomery County, no. I'm closer to Tuscaloosa. I'm actually way closer to Mississippi, but if you know Tuscaloosa, I'm an hour from Tuscaloosa. Should I take action if N400 is 95 days, still no decision? Usually, the law says you have to wait 120 days. You have 120 days to make a decision. Once they have not made anything in 120 days, then you can actually demand they do, or you have a right to file for judicial review, and usually they will. Area code is 334. If I'm married for a year and 7 months, will I get a 10-year green card for 2 years? If at the time USCIS adjudicates your case, you have been married for at least 2 years, then you get a 10-year green card. If at the time they adjudicate your case, you have not been married for 2 years, then you get a 2-year green card. Do you recommend trying to expedite an EAD that has been pending for 9 months? You can expedite at any time. The question is, you have grounds to request that they expedite your case. My son, who is a citizen, put my paperwork in. How long will it take to get through? USCIS.gov/processing time. How do I go about inviting my boyfriend to U.S. from Nigeria? You can file a fiancé visa for him, fiancé visa petition. Keep in mind, the good old days where fiancé visa petition was like 4 months to get approved, unless those kind of unicorn cases, like I usually call them, but it is time to about to go off again. I'm calling Xfinity because I'm paying all that money just to be blacking out. Anyway, I digress. Just want to know how much one has to make before you can file for someone. Go on, if you type in Google I-86 guidelines, it will give you the number of household and what you're required to make. These are very, very basic questions. If you don't know, then it's time for you to sit down with a lawyer to actually discuss your case so that the lawyer can actually help you with your case. My interview is complete, immigration court, but decision is pending, last 7 months. So what's your question? I have DACA. How can I get an advanced parole? I have no relatives in my country. If you have any reason that is education related, humanitarian grounds or employment, then you have your reason for advanced parole as a DACA recipient has to fall within one of those 3 options. When a judge terminates your case, how long does it take for a final motion? What final motion? If your case has been terminated, what final motion? Okay, let's see. As a dignity bill passed, no. Immigration judge granted my adjustment of status. Didn't receive my green card. Already 3 months passed. What should I do? Generally, you can call USCIS and make an info pass appointment. Thank you. Access granted. Thank you for all the roses. So y'all explain to me on TikTok. That's one thing I've been trying to ask. When people send you this rose, what does that mean? Because I think someone's explaining that there's a difference, but there's something about roses on TikTok. I don't understand what it is. Can y'all explain? You can tell that I'm on TikTok. You know, I call TikTok my bedtime routine because for the most part, like if I want to go to bed, I put it on and I wake up with my phone plastered on my face because I fall asleep. But there's a lot of interesting videos on TikTok. Like you got like y'all, yeah. Thank you, Heavenly Places. Okay. Within how many years of being in the U.S. can you file for asylum? Generally, you're required to file. Thank you, Khadija. You're required to file for asylum within the first year of entry, unless you have an exception that you fall within changes in your country conditions, changes in your personal circumstances, changes extraordinary circumstances. That if you have something that falls within that, then you can file beyond the 1 year period. You're all repeating the same questions. I will get to them, but if you put the same question 200 times, how will I? When should I file for citizenship after getting the 10-year green card from VAWA? 3 years. If you get your green card from VAWA, if your abusive spouse was a citizen, then you can file for citizenship after 3 years of becoming a green card holder. If your abusive spouse was a green card holder, permanent resident, then you will have to wait 5 years. How long I have to wait to file a petition after I get married with a U.S. citizen spouse? There is no time frame for you to wait. So, K1 visa with Nigerian fiance in Italy. Can he interview in Italy or have to return to Nigeria? It just depends on what he's doing in Italy. Sometimes you're allowed to actually transfer your case. So that's going to be something you're going to discuss with your lawyer because I don't know anything about his case. It's not a yes or no question. You can convert it to cash later. Oh, okay. Listen. I mean, the devil girl. So, overstayed. What should I do? Sit down with a lawyer and figure out what your options are. Okay, let's get to Instagram. And you know, Sanctuary, I'm coming for you. I'm just letting you know, I'm coming for you. Coming for you. Vado_black. I'm good. How about yourself? Yeah, TJ. You gotta love my kid. That's the he is the life of our family. Okay, y'all crazy on TikTok. Gotta love my kid. The last born, I'm telling you, that's the last born is. Thank you, Miss Ellen Sanctuary. I'm still coming for you. You can psych me till Jesus comes back. Still coming for you. Better believe it. Yes. So once again, I represent immigration clients in all 50 states. If you need to consult with us, contact us 334-341-4475 or lalealawfirm.com to schedule your consultation. Nigerian food is life, I'm telling you. Real Legacy 24. But what is, I mean, is and in Yoruba language is and it should be beluni and like balloon balloon, you know, rice balloon something or rice ati, right? My dad, God rest his soul. Nothing against evil people. This is just what my dad used to say. He was like, Abisola. I know Abi Mama. My mom is the one that calls me Abisola. Abi Mama. That's what my dad used to call me. Abi Mama. Don't saw you, Rabbi Moiboy. So, like, I don't know English ain't say you. I don't know. I'm just telling what my dad used to say. And Miss Ellen says she has committed my Yoruba to the hands of God. Listen, if it's in the hands of God, then it shall be better. English is Yoruba is Nigerian language, right? English is official language. God's spirit says, please just continue with your English language. Ain't people down because listen, see, that's how God works. Y'all just haters. But let me tell you how God works. So this is my mom till today just doesn't know. It's been a long time Jesus has had my back. It's been a long time Jesus has had my back. Because when I graduated, you know, when you do your final SSC exams in secondary school back home, and I went to 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, right? And you had to take one of those, your languages, Igbo, whatever. So I had to take Yoruba language, right? Because hey, that's what I think I speak. So I took Yoruba language. On the final exam, the essay portion says, write an essay about 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I can never forget it for the rest of my life. Why? Because I'll tell you why in a minute. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, that was what we're supposed to write about. Yours truly, my essay was on child christening. That's how I interpreted what they said we should do. Because I was like, if it's someone be like, okay, so maybe like you have the child, and you know how you do christening, naming ceremony kind of thing. That's what I thought it was. After the exam, and you know how you do exams in Nigeria. I don't know if they do it here, where you now like, hey, kilo back, can you call, all that good stuff. What did you get? What did you write? And all my friends was like, no, if it somebody means family planning. I'm like, no, it doesn't mean family. It means everyone's looking at me like she's lost her darn mind. Like, Abisola, are you really going to be arguing with us? Like, you want to like you're rebellious. So I left the exam like, so y'all, they said if it was some of BB, and my essay was on child christening. And I think essay was like half of your point. I can't remember. It's been, oh Lord, let me date myself. It's been, in August is going to be 29 years since I graduated high school. I graduated high school when I was 15. Take that. Yeah. I was telling my kids, like, y'all graduated high school at 17, 18. I graduated high school at 15 because I skipped 2 grades. But then, so I was like, Madam. Like, so I was like, I was going to fail this Yoruba language. You know what? I mean, what when half of your point is already, you've already built a big bag, as they say. Y'all, when I tell you that when my scores came out, I had an A in Yoruba language. I got an A. Hey, I got an A. And I was like, oh, you have my back. Because I was pretty sure I was going to get an F, or at the best a P. P was the pass there. I got an A in spite of my big baggy essay. So y'all be making fun of my Yoruba language. Y'all just keep going. Hello, my number label going. Just keep going. So yes. I'm telling you, Miss Eleanor, it's just when he shared that, I'm in a tear though, because it's been a long time. That's our miracle green card. That's the card. Green card. We're like, you know what? We're going to be dealing with a waiver. We don't know how long that's going to be. It was just okay. You said you were married, and now you know it was. I mean, when the officer is telling you to be quiet and about to put you out of the interview, you already know. And this morning too, y'all, I think I fight too much. I think so. I had an interview this morning with a client, and I was educating the immigration officer. You're going to be arguing with me that we cannot transfer an I-45 from a regular case to a vial case. No. And I already know those kind of officers. So I told my client, because I wasn't there, I had to join telephonically, it was short notice. So I told my client, hey, you're going to make sure you print this, because I've already highlighted what needs to for them to see. And when she was like, no, we can't, I'm like, no, that's not what your policy says. Actually, my client has it with him, and it's actually highlighted for you on the last page. Now what you got to say? I didn't say that, but in my head I was like, now what you got to say? And she was like, I got to ask her supervisor. Oh, you can ask your supervisor. Oh, like, yeah, that's your business. I didn't say that either, but came back and go, okay. So I guess we'll wait to get the receipt notice from you guys in 30 days. No. See, that's not how it works. The law says we have to file it within 30 days from today that we requested from you. The law doesn't say we must have a receipt notice, because y'all are part of USCIS, as you know, officer. And as you're aware, it is taking up to 90 days for USCIS to give us receipt notices beyond our control. What we can control is we will show you with tracking number that it was mailed on set date and it was delivered and signed for by someone at USCIS, and that should suffice. You, on the other hand, within the next 30 days, 60 days, you're going to be able to pull it up and see that it was filed within the time frame. Listen, that's why I have a headache. They just argue unnecessarily. Also arguing with me on reciprocity schedule, customary quota. She goes, I know there is no required documentation. And so when she goes, I'm going to have to cut you off, Cancer, because you can't answer. So those people just, you wake up in the morning and just do your devotion, minding your own darn business. But somebody's got to say something. And then you got to let them know, no. See, that's not how it's going. No, I'm trying. So y'all be praying for me, because I've been getting too many people telling me I'm going to be thrown out of immigration interview. So you're just be praying for me. God's favorite, that picture of Mr. N. Green Card was everything else, and I was just staring at his hand. Amen. That was what I could share, because I don't want to share his face. Now he's responded to some comments, so you can actually see who he is, but that's left to him. But he sent me one where that was one that really made me cry, because it was like in disbelief. Like, you got to understand that he filed for asylum in 2016, 7 years ago. He hasn't seen his son in 7 years, and he was originally a regular case, and then his wife became abusive, and so that's how I got involved. And I remember the day I was standing in my bathroom. I can never forget the day that he told me. He goes, Miss Abby, I just met you. I've spoken with you, but I don't know you. I'm just, that was the first consultation, but then we had a phone call. And then he goes, but there's something within my spirit that just says, you're the one God is going to use for me. And so whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it. No pressure, right? And last night when he sent me the photos, I'm not kidding you guys, literally standing almost in the same exact spot in my bathroom when those photos came in. And I just started bawling, because I was like, oh gosh. These are the moments that I live for. I wish all cases end that way. Unfortunately, we get denials. We do. It's just what it is. It's just part of it. And I can play it safe and just, evaluate your case and go, okay, yeah, I can win this. But what is the joy or the fun in it? In saying, okay, yeah, I'm just going to play it safe. I don't play things safe in my life. I've never been play safe kind of person. That's just me. So standing in the bathroom when those photos came in, I was like, wow, look at God. And looking at those photos, and there was one he looked, and he was like almost looking up, like, wow. That's those are the moments that just makes it all worth it, in spite of the denials we get. I have advanced parole. I want to travel to U.S. Virgin Island, and please, what do I need to be able to travel? We can set up a consultation to discuss that. Just love your hair. Thank you. My hair is I'm telling you, it's more of can y'all see? It's more of, yeah, it's all of mine. It's more of salt than pepper now. I really, but the thing with the dress is it always in my face. If you notice, my hair is always pulled back. I don't care for hair. I don't want anything on my face. I've always been pulled. Back in the day in school, I used to have a short bob when, back in the day in college. Y'all, times have changed. I was skinny like hell. I didn't even have no butt. that time, the all the stuff, hello, Miss Amoni, all the big nyash that my mom's family passed down to us eventually. I didn't have it then because it's like, okay, I'm going to be skinny. Once I had my first kid, no baton. The big nyash people of my mom's family have caught up with me finally. Got on chef found 1 year. Like, you get it, you get a big ass, you get a big ass. That's my mom and the sisters. One of my aunties, Auntie Bingpe. I dare I say she's my favorite aunt. Auntie Bingpe is going to be at my garage. Her ass is still right here in my office. No kidding, just saying. They're going to come for me tonight. I already know. My mom is going to tell, just saying. It is just the truth. Thank you, Ms. Abena. I mean, somehow I came to Atlanta real quick. I was going to call you, but it was a very, very short trip. But I give you my word. If I'm going to use more than a day, I will let you know, because you still owe me that hot amala. Because I don't forget those kind of offers for Nigeria. I don't. No free food. No, I'm going. I am going. Good Spirit says, even now we know rapture is about to happen if you go live at 9 p.m. sharp. Okay, see, I'm going to Thursday. I'm going to be here 9 p.m. sharp. So be sure that Jesus hasn't left you behind. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, please join our lives on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Tuesdays and Thursdays at in a second says 9:30. Well, y'all don't believe I can come at 9 o'clock? Like, come on now. Is it that bad? Like, do I? Am I really that late? Y'all be nice. Okay, but I think let's do 9:15-ish. No, let's do 9 o'clock. If I challenge myself, I always do it. But don't quote me on that. Just leave it alone. Thank you, Mr. Judy. I appreciate that. Yeah, general information, anything case specific, you got to call to make a properly paid consultation. My work permit was approved June 2nd. How long will it take to get my card? I usually tell people give it about 2 weeks. I think I just sent my client on. I can't see. Erica, that is not. Oh no, that was going to be too heavy. Ooh, have you met me on headaches? No, I can't put anything. And that's why I can't put anything heavy in my head. Because y'all, listen. Come on, no, I cannot. How long does it take to get work permit after you submit it in Alabama? Alabama has nothing to deal with how long it's taking for work permit. It's not based on where you submit it. King Nancy, thank you. If my mom files with my siblings, how long does it take? Depends on what category they're in. My U.S. citizen wife died after I'm married. So I'm so sorry to hear that. Was 4 years, and it's almost 2 years now that we filed our papers. We have not heard anything. I would say make the request that they convert, because it's USCIS. They don't just do things on their own. They should, but it doesn't work that way. That's just the way it is. So be proactive about your kids and inform them. Can you file? Hello, Mr. Uche. Can you file immediately after you marry, or you have to wait for some time? There is no requirement. What I usually say is just that if you got married very quickly when you came in to your U.S. citizen spouse, hello, Mr. Dakin. Any news on your end? I'm waiting for the day you're going to email me and say yes. And you come in, the 90-day rule doesn't really apply anymore. But the one thing you want to make sure you're not getting yourself into is misrepresentation of your intention when you came to the country. That's just the only thing I always tell people to look out for. Is prima facie always a good sign. I got about 7 of that sitting on my desk here that we got today. It's not like it's a good sign in the sense of it just tells you that they have done an initial review of your case and it's approvable as is. It doesn't mean that your case still cannot be denied. Been in the U.S. 13 years, other than getting married, cannot file for green card. You must have a basis for filing for green card. Um, what is the best advance word to use for traveling under asylum? It's the same thing. Advance word is advance word for asylum. If you're not, if you haven't granted asylee status, then you use a refugee document. Um, okay, Mr. Uja, I see you. Let's see. Oh, good, 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 Miss Tammy. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome news. Amazing. Okay, end the sanctuary. It's on for real now. You and I, when I see you, I'm gonna cut your head off. I'm gonna ring your head off. Cause this shade, she goes, I'm not Yoruba, but I'm guessing ati means and pelu means with. Is she right or am I right? Y'all Yoruba master class people. She isn't pelu also like with? No, and. Because when you say pelu 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, like that's you can't say she went out with her. Well, you can say she went out with her, but you can also say she went out. She and the daughter. Listen, y'all, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Can you just leave me alone, people? If I were your client, I had told you I'm traveling to nearby country, bro. What advice would you give me? Should I? You're not my client, so I would not. I can't give you an advice. Nice try. Unless it's law, I want to know if I change lawyer, will I be able to collect my documents from him? Generally, you should. So, what we do now, firm, listen, I have people who told me, okay, listen, we don't think you can represent you. We don't like your work, and that's okay. That's life. If you're able to satisfy everybody in your life, you're not doing you're just being ordinary. That's just the truth. You cannot possibly please everybody and live an extraordinary life. It's impossible. So, but what I do is once we send out a case, every client gets a link to download their case file. So you have it, just in case but obviously, or unfortunately, a lot of my clients, and it's just not me, a lot of my attorneys have that issue. People don't download it, and then when they need it, like, hey, you never sent me your file. Then I send them the email with the link, but if the link has expiration date, and like, you were actually given the link to download, and they go, oh, I missed it. Can you please resend? Yes. So, we usually would give you. So most of the time, an attorney should give you your file upfront. If not requested, every state bar requires that you are given a free copy. Hello, Finest Shandy. Every state bar requires you given a copy of your file. Good thing it wasn't dependent on speaking when I'm writing. I mean, I missed the entire essay, but God stepped in. Like, y'all, when you're very sure that for the first time in your life, you're probably going to get an F, and it would be in Yoruba language. And your parents will not kill you because they already know that even the fact that you can even understand it is a blessing. So to write it, that's asking them even a Nigerian parent knows that's asking you for too much. But then God stepped in and I got an A. Let me go for pass out like but hey, I took it. It's on my transcript. Here we go. Mr. Mo, mind yourself. You don't know how they marked you, but they marked it and I got an A. That's all. Big bag. I'm telling you, listen, one in family planning. I've been so loud calling by christening. Like, my mom was like, How is your own interpretation? Like, no. Does a psychological evaluation help with proving a bona fide marriage? Supposedly you don't have much to prove bona fide. That could help too, because sometimes you talk to someone that can tell, that can include in the report that they believe that you're a credible witness, and that has been successful. Don't mind them, Miss Avena. Don't be playing with me, please. Don't be playing with me. In short. Don't be with me. Listen, I woke up this morning and I had a great devotion. And I was like, okay, this interview is going to probably like at most 10 minutes. We're just asking transfer. Oh no, they decided to go into customary marriage thing. And so y'all, listen and listen to me carefully. Even if you're doing customary marriage divorce now, please understand there is no requirement, no required documentation for a Nigerian or African. Okay, well, okay, let me stick to our Nigerian because there's some, I think Ghanaian, they used to, again, I have a Ghanaian client that we had to go back and forth because they used to require registration, but it's not optional. Let me stick with Nigerian. I don't authenticate documents, but this much I know. If you want to know what document is acceptable for your country, please go on Google or the U.S. Department of State and type in reciprocity schedule. It will give you the exact documents needed for your country and, for instance, divorce decree. What do you need for to show a customary marriage has been dissolved? There is no required documentation. So please stop getting people to get you documents and say, hey, broken down they don't use broken down irretrievably in customary court. It's just not the language in customary court. That's a red flag for USCIS. An affidavit saying that the dowry was returned, or Islamic marriages, I told her 3 times, I don't want you as my wife, end of story. Put that in an affidavit. That's all you need. USCIS officers cannot argue with what reciprocity schedule says. But once you present a document, then you've got to be able to defend it if it doesn't match what the reciprocity schedule says. So this morning, I'm not kidding you, y'all, almost an hour and a half going back and forth. Like, y'all, I was already on my way to work. And I was like, okay, this is going to take me 10 minutes. And almost an hour and a half later, like, I'll be damned. Like, I argue so much, I didn't feel like talking when I go to the office. Because it's like, she might on just, minding your own business and a wonderful devotion. And then the next thing, they're just going to make you, lose your religion and lose all the Jesus you just got in you. Like, why? Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Although my client idea was like, madam, thank you. It's like, madam, but you scared me though. I know. I scare myself sometimes. Like, y'all just... the day you, Miss Eleanor Sanctuary, Miss Adena, 2 of you, and Finest Shandy, 3 of you, and Mr. Momi. Actually, I have 4 people I can call. So 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕, just load that. Okay, maybe I'm in jail somewhere, because just know it has to do with an immigration case. Just come bail me out. I'm going to try to be on my best behavior, but thank you, Miss Adena. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost fire! I'm telling you. Wrong constellation is, and Miss Eleanor Sanctuary has put that on. Go on our website, or you can text us. And Lydia usually helps me when I go live, so she may not respond until I'm done, because I need all the help I can get. But if you go on our website, on the page, the banner, you will see the links. You just do that. Yes, Miss Abena, listen, you have no idea. The day we're going to come back and give your testimony. And it shall be so. We shall say God did it for each and every one of us. And Tabingpe is going to come for me, I know. Like, listen. See, I was a kid growing up. This is not fair now, but you won't take my jollof. No. Mr. Better, listen, don't even be starting. Listen, don't even get me worked up. What is Ghana jollof rice? What's Ghana jollof rice? What is it? What is it? No. But who? Let's just leave that alone. Let's leave it alone, okay? Just leave it alone. Can a green card holder file for his spouse on H-1B work visa in U.S.? Generally, yes. So if your spouse is on H-1B, they're in a valid status. You can go on the visa bulletin, see whether or not your status. Let me even check it for you real quick. I'll tell you if it's current, and I think it's current for this month. F2A. They are using the dates for family sponsors. I think it's current. So as long as they're still in valid status, you can file for them, and they can continue with their H1. Keep in mind, H1B is a dual intent visa. What that means is it's perfectly okay for you to have the intention to immigrate, even in spite of the fact that the H1B work visa is a temporary visa. To avoid the law of going south, leave it in Nigeria, but don't even touch it, please. Oh, Ghana jollof rice real well. Please, let's just leave it alone. If you have a VAR case abeyance, can you use advanced parole? I'm not sure I understand your question. Can you rephrase that question? If someone has a VAR case ongoing and get a job that is willing to file for green card for her, does the person have to leave US, or what option is available? So if you have an ongoing VAR case and you don't have any valid non-immigrant status, the petition can be approved, but your employer is not filing the green card. They're filing the petition that is going to be the basis for a green card. But employment based, you must be in valid non-immigrant status, or you have not been out of status for more than 180 days. If that doesn't apply to you, then you would generally have to leave the country. Now, that is the general information, nothing about your case. Oh, finance 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 is with, okay. Okay, so Miss Illinois Sanctuary wins. Well, not really, because I'm a lawyer. We don't give up like that. The argument can be made that 𝒊𝒎𝒎 can also mean end, because 𝒊𝒎𝒎 means that you're adding to it. So if you're adding something to it, that's end. End of story. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Let's see. How long does a mandamus take? I don't know. I don't do it anymore. Even Jesus cannot please everybody. Preach it, please. Preach it. Anything about dignity programming? No, we haven't heard anything after that. Well, I'll keep you updated as soon as we do. How long after an I-45 is approved do they send a green card? I usually say give yourself 30 days just to be on the safe side. Yes, fine. It's Jenny. You're absolutely right. I know you got my blessing. I got to move fast driver, because I think one of these days I'm going to try. Because if you've ever been, anyone who's been my client, and even Mr. N would tell you, he was like, wow, there's a side of you that people don't, because you're always smiling. I'm always smiling. But when it comes to my job and defending people, someone told me I was in criminal court that I was terrifying. I was like, in me, all this 5 foot tall, just 5 foot, like, how am I terrifying? I ain't just she's terrifying. It can be terrifying. Just 5 foot tall. Yeah, I don't know. That's what they said. Mr. Renaissance back up. See people coming. Formula One driver. Testimony coming. Amen. Great drivers. I'm telling you, y'all got my back. I appreciate you. All the love. Listen, I don't take it for granted, because this mouth. If you talk about, I'm just saying. If you apply for asylum and eventually switch to VAL, will you advise to travel with the advanced parole to the same country you're afraid of? No, Mr. Judy, you cannot travel to the country that you are seeking asylum from. I'm sorry, because on paper, you cannot travel to the country you're seeking asylum from. Okay. A file for my daughter in 2019 did not receive a welcome letter. Recently found that it was approved since September 2020. Can I still pay and submit documents? Contact NVC and explain to them, or get a lawyer to help you do that, and you should be fine. VAL parole, there's no VAL parole, and there's no VAL C9 work permit. It's advanced parole and a C9 work permit attached to your I-485. Now, as long as the asylum case you're talking about is still with USCIS and not in court, then generally you should be fine. Yes. Let's see. Can you adopt a baby from Nigeria when the VAR case is still ongoing? Based on what? What do you? I mean, you can adopt, and if the adoption is complete, and when you get a VAR petition, then you can file for them. So when you get your green card, but you must have a status to to petition for someone. So I just answered your question best. Situation where 10-year green card just got approved, but still waiting on the card, and the partner wants divorce. What should the person do? If it's already been approved, just wait for you to get it. Just don't sign any divorce documents anytime soon. It's already been approved before the divorce happens, so then you should be fine. Does an EADC 31 come as a combo card, or do we have to apply for advance for after VAR gets approved? C31 does not come as a combo card because C31 is strictly for VAR petitioners whose VAR case has been approved. That's just what it is. There is no combo card because a combo card comes based on an I-45. Maria, let's see. Okay. I received an I-45 interview notice based on an approved VAR. Congratulations. What should I expect? And I was told to bring I-693 and divorces from all previous marriage. I'm nervous. You want to sit down with the lawyer. I don't represent you, so I can tell you what to expect. What generally they go through your what's it called? Your forms with you. Make sure your information tallies. That's general. If there's anything about your prior marriage, for instance, if you had indicated you were married and then you filled your case and said you're not married, so they may want to interview, question you along those lines. But if you're nervous, the best thing you probably can do for yourself is get you an attorney. Okay, people. All right. I think I got most questions. All right. And I will surprise everybody. Please, I want to know more about the Dignity Act and when it would take effect. We don't know when it's going to take effect, but if you go on my page, we did a whole video and a whole show on that. So it would be there on my page. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope this month is going well for y'all. It's going to be a great month. Just keep believing. I had a rough weekend because of something. Somebody in my office dropped the ball on something. So that just really, really rocked my world because it's especially for someone like me that has OCD. Thank you, Ms. Adina. And hello, lady. How are you? But I had to remind myself that, listen, practice what you preach. I'm not in control. God is. He makes impossibilities become possible. And so that is. Thank you, Mr. Ben. So I stick with that. And I have to go back and remind myself of the things that I speak, because you shall decree a thing and it shall be established. You got to speak it into existence. And I had to tell myself that, you got to believe that sometimes God will let something be so insurmountable and so beyond you, and the error or the issue becomes so huge that there's nothing you can do humanly. And it is so that when he brings about a solution to it, there is no confusion that his hand alone has done it. So I had to tell myself, like, this is one of those cases where I know that the time will come that I will look back and say, Baba God, yes, I saw your hand in this. You have made it very clear that sometimes I feel like you have to step back. Not even sometimes. All the time I feel like you've got to step back. I created you to be this feisty little human. But sometimes you got to step back and know and remind yourself that I am in control. And so I say this to you. There's nothing we can do on our own. Humanly possible, we do what God gives us the power to do. But at the end of it all, it is when he decides that favor shall speak for us. And so we step back and let God lead. Yes, our best is yet to come. And I truly believe that this month it's going to be the best month ever of our lives. And so shall it be every single month. That every single month, every single day becomes better than our latter days will become better than our former days. Things that just did not seem to work, or things just crashed. But when God steps in, it becomes very clear that a God of wonders has come to our rescue, and that his glory alone shall be magnified. And so let us just remember that and know that All the praise belongs to him. Have a good night, everybody. See you Thursday. Bye bye.